Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, anime fans, and others who have stumbled upon this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and we have another anime time with Soresan for you guys today. I'm actually uploading this tomorrow, so uh, just throwing it out there. We're doing Aesthetica of a Rogue Hero, which is I don't really remember how the heck I came up to across this thing. Um, and I'm like okay that I found it. It is short. It's only like 12 episodes. The ending kind of hints at a potential season 2, but the anime is from 2012, so I highly doubt that's ever gonna happen. In my honest opinion, I think that they should make a season 2. Um, and I'll get to that in a bit. So the basis of this anime is you have this school that's built in Japan. It's there for people who come back from another world. Basically, there's this whole other dimension that's like the old school, like magic, demon, stuff like that. And then sometimes human beings get somehow transported into the other world, and if they somehow manage to get back, they now have abilities and powers that they didn't have before. So this school was made for them to basically control themselves. I honestly I didn't really see that part in the show because there wasn't a lot of that. Um, in fact, I don't think I don't recall them even taking classes. They did have class. Like you do see classrooms and teachers and all that stuff, but it's like you never really see them taking the class. Um, I mean, there was once where we saw them take a test, and yeah. Um, but and then we have the main character Akatsuki Osawa, who just killed the Demon King in the other dimension, and then came back to the human realm as and known in the other world as the Rogue Hero. Um, and that's a bad thing, honestly. This anime suffered from the main character starting off way too overpowered for his own good. I've seen this happen a few times before, and in all honesty, it makes me not like the show as much as it would have been if the main character actually got to that standard. Um, because the thing is, this anime really the only thing it has going for is the ecchi, and I've seen way better ecchis before in my life. I'm sorry to, I mean, I know that sounds kind of weird, but I have, and literally because the action part of it was so lacking because of the fact that he was way too strong compared to everybody else. Um, so there was no challenge, meaning that the fights they're too short or they didn't even matter. The final fight that they show in the thing is still one-sided. Like that's how bad it is. Like they hint that it's somehow like going in the other one's favors, but it's not. It's flat out no. Like that's how bad that got. And so like I really like serious. That's something. And the other part is they hinted at a potential fight that could have been a good one. Because it is a school. There's a student council, and then like Akatsuki took on three of the four, and he three of them at a time, and he still beat their ass. And they're supposed to be the top in the school. The one he didn't fight was the president, and that's the one they kept hinting at throughout the series or throughout the season. If season 2 ever appears, but they kept hinting at it because they did somewhat clash in the beginning. Like it was more like a standoff kind of thing where they didn't really do anything. Um, then there was another time where Akatsuki took on this. It wasn't even a fight though. Like there was a thing with another student, and then the other student was causing problems, and then he took him out. And then the president showed up, and it looked like there was going to be an altercation. Then Akatsuki said he didn't have time, and then he left, even though he's the one that's been wanting to fight him. And there was another time where I don't even remember what the heck happened there. And then the school did this whole like uh ranking tournament thing where just to see if you could move up to a higher class or something. And again, they hinted at the possibility because student council does participate. It's just that it happens on the second day. But no, because the president was going to be out in a meeting in a completely different area. But then he goes off to say, I'll make it back before the tournament's over. But then shit happened, and then the tournament was canceled midway before he ever got back, and then he technically never even got back to the. It was just a mess, right? The one character that would have made a good fight never happened, and then here's why I said season 2 is a necessity. There was so many plots that were just left unfinished. Again, there was the things with the president where the other place he was at, it was this whole organization that were dealing with stuff. Apparently, they were going to use the school for something. He was a part of it. He's basically like he's in the school as like to not cause any problems. There's this completely different organization that this other student who kind of shows up midway, and you really didn't care about him too much. But then he became really prevalent, and then you start noticing that he is in another dimension, or he's in another organization that's really after Akatsuki. So they left that unfinished. Not only that, but literally the last episode, the way it ended was Akatsuki and two. I probably should have mentioned some of these characters beforehand. The Demon King's daughter is actually with him because the Demon King asked him to take her to the human world. So Akatsuki, her name is Miu. The class representative for his class, which is a little girl, and then this friend of theirs, and then that other guy that showed up that I honestly don't even remember his name because, like I said, I don't really care for a lot of these other characters, and then the vice president of the student council. But those last two like came in by accident, like they didn't really plan it. But they're going to the other dimension again because Akatsuki was like somehow contacted by the queen of one of the areas in the other dimension who was friends with him, saying that there's problems over there. So he's gonna. Basically that's literally how the episode ended. They're going back to the other world. It was just left there. So that's what I mean. Like, to be honest, if there was a season 2, I would watch it, but it's because it needs it. To be honest, this show was lacking in way too many areas, and I honestly feel like if they go back to the other world, it might redeem itself because because there's this one guy in there who I know that if he ever came into a fight with Akatsuki, it would actually might give him a challenge. I don't know. I just feel like there wasn't a challenge. Literally, this whole arc or this whole season, whatever you want to call it, there wasn't a challenge for him. Nobody could stand up to him. The dude is so overpowered. He can't even summon his weapon. They have these wristband looking things, which is a thing that helps them summon their weapon. And it's custom made for each person. Like Miu has this staff looking thing. The friend, I honestly don't even remember her name. I probably should remember her name too. What is her name? I think it's Izumi. I think it's Izumi. She has a bow and arrow. The class representative has golems that she can summon. I think it's a giant hammer. It's her weapon. Anyways, they have their individual weapons. He can't even summon his unless he has like 7 or 8 wristbands. That's how overpowered he is. The weapon is so strong and so overpowered. He can't even summon it with 1 wristband. He needs not 2, not 3. He needs freaking 8. And if you take 1 wristband out, the weapon disappears. What kind of? I'm sorry, but what kind of stupid shenanigans is that? There is no reason for the character to be that overpowered. Where a thing that's supposed to be summoned with 1 wristband requires 8 of them. Really? Like, Oh my gosh, I don't know. Like there was just so many things. I honestly like if you want to watch it, I mean go for it. Like but like I said, the only thing it had going for it was the etchy part of it, and even I honestly have seen way better. It had a little bit of harem in there, but it wasn't as prevalent as harems are supposed to be, so I don't even count that. Um, because it wasn't like all girls were fawning over him. It was more like he was just a freaking perv and went after everybody. So yeah, I don't know. In terms of a rating, I'm gonna give it like a 5.7 out of 10. Because I mean, like I said, it's not. And I will say it did have some good points, like some of the characters you actually end up enjoying. It's just I will say the way the main character started off is literally what makes the show not great. If it was a thing, if they had actually put the fight between him and the president, I would give it a high rating because I know it during that little clash that they had in the beginning, you could already tell that the president does have some skill. He does have some power, meaning that Akatsuki wouldn't have been able to easily like take him out, and it would have actually been a good fight. Honestly, I think that if that had happened, I would have actually enjoyed this show way more. And if the last fight hadn't been so bad and so one-sided, it would have been way better. So I don't know. That's basically what I'm gonna say. This is probably the shortest anime time I have ever done. Ever. It's just watch it if you want to watch it. But do it at your own risk. I honestly, if a season 2 does come out, like I said, I will watch it, but I'll watch it skeptically because season 1 was just so bad. So yeah, that's it though. Thank you guys for watching this anime time with Soresan. Season 2, if you ever do come out, I hope you redeem yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. If you have watched this series before, leave a comment down below letting me know if you liked it, if you saw the same problems I did, if you didn't see the problems I did see, and maybe call me a retard because you thought it was the best show in the world. You know, whatever, go for it. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. This has been SoresanCrockxen. Like I said, this is coming out Tuesday, and I'm actually gonna have 2 episodes of the walkthrough for you guys afterwards. So enjoy that. Like an episode for Dark Future and an episode for the randomizer Nuzlocke because I am way behind on that stuff. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Yeah, later.